Ooh. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And Jacob Lyle.
And Cloakonga.
And ladies and gentlemen, as we find ourselves on the cusp of Disney's big venture into the world of streaming, even courting a war in the process, we thought it'd be nice to stay up to date on the ever-growing catalog and rule on what's in that, what's a must, or a plus. Wow, I sure messed that up. We're going to rule on what's a must or a bust on Disney Plus. And tonight we're talking Monsters at Work, Bad Hair Day. I have notes. Generally speaking, I like this episode. I thought it was an improvement over last week's. I definitely got into the whole, trying to live up to the legacy of a coworker that left before you even got there. And I don't know. I thought that was kind of like a sort of a real world sort of situation that they dealt with. I like that Tyler's arc now is way more into the Mifter side of things. This is going to sound super harsh, but I don't mean it. Like, I'm not trying to be malicious with it or anything, and I don't really mean it, but in my notes, specifically around the time where we get the, it's a number 4. I just have Fritz just die already.
Oh, that's not nice. that's. Look, I admit it is not a good joke, but that's just Fritz, die already. Really, die already? That's your response to a bad joke.
I am not on the Fritz train whatsoever.
But you put on the little hat and everything when you got on board.
I don't remember ever really.
You were feeling Fritz towards the start.
He got really aggressive really fast, and now I am done with him. I am disowning him.
Well,
other than that, it was a fun episode. I don't know what to tell you. This is the case of an episode where, by all means, that one gag, like, to me, kind of like, it was like, it was a definitive, pretty much like a black spot on an otherwise pretty damn good episode, an otherwise pretty solid, like, B+ of an episode.
It's funny you say that. I did not care for this one.
Oh man, okay, I love it. I love discourse. All right.
Look, I don't think it's like truly egregious, but I think by comparison, it might be the clunker of season 1. It might be. There are a few things to appreciate. I'm pretty simpatico with, like, for example, Tyler accepting the Mifter role. That's progress. That's good. I think the Rose comedy was great.
Destructor Dragon.
Well, the door, the Shredder shaft. You mean?
Yeah, the Shredder. Yeah, whatever it's called. I don't pay attention to the details, but it's
I noticed.
Cool.
Yeah, I know it was. Yeah, it is cool. It's just it is cool, but we also established
some like Toy Story 3 vibes. Not really, but it's kind of like, oh man, like this is some actual stakes. Like Tyler could genuinely be hurt in this situation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying, we set up in the other episode too. I mean, I got nothing against how cool the Shredder shaft concept is with the world building. That's nice. I'm just saying that for me, it was one of the things that bothered me about the episode. I think the morals execution is questionable, and I think the episode on the whole, it's a little forgettable. It's like we start off, like, for you, your problem is with just like one joke with Fritz. My problem is like with the opening of the episode. Well, after the donut scene's funny. After that, it's it's the whole David's David Day, the whole like welcome to that idea where it's like, hey, so
it's David and David's Day, and on David's Day, David doesn't like donuts, so we don't do donuts on David's Day. David.
That's fine, but I mean, literally, like, we treat David like a ghost somehow. Like, it's not like an offerend.
Like this episode, I got to admit, Val was kind of like slipping into her old routine. I was like, oh no.
So that's what I'm saying. For me, it was less like an individual joke, which I think adds to the whole of the problem I have with the episode. It's less just like target Fritz, but outside of that, it's just
how Cutter still comes out completely unscathed, though.
Of course.
Yeah, I got a whole sack of his hair. Man, it was a shredder.
So again, it's just the moral
Shredder,
and
not Shredder. Sorry.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me that she. It even surprised me that she had a whole bag of his hair.
So it's had some fun gags here and there, but on the whole, it just felt kind of like it's kind of a weak sauce episode to me. I mean, I don't know. I was not feeling it really.
Would you say it's weaker than the damaged room episode?
That's the thing. I mean, comparatively, I think a plot in that is it's hard to say. I think 3 and 9 are definitely on the low end of the totem pole. It's kind of hard for me to. Part of me wants to put 3 because we didn't have any Mike and Sully in this episode. But then again, Sully was out of character in.
We did have one of the best Mike comedy classes, though.
We do. That's great. That's what I'm saying. Outside of the comedy class, which I mean, it's more like kind of thing you tack on at the end. It's like an episode with no kind of Mike and Sully in there at all. But then again, I don't know. So I'm iffy on it. It's on the lower side of outside of the season for me. Did not have as much charm as the other ones to me, but that's just me.
Okay, so we have Honeybee in the comments here. They say all episodes are pretty all right, except for Adorable Returns, which is really good for
Adorable Returns is, I think, possibly my favorite of the season. I really love that one.
And generally speaking, I do very much agree with the whole sentiment of all the episodes kind of being on the all right scale. I'll be honest, I don't care about the character development of the Miffed crew. Honeybee, I'm kind of with you, honestly. Like, I don't know, like, the season finale is, I hope, next week. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's next week, yeah.
Good. Because at this point, I feel like Tyler just needs to comfortably accept his role in Miffed, and all will be well in the world.
Do you remember what else we're getting next week?
What are we getting next week now?
Well, we're getting another Pixar show, but we're getting it all at once.
Oh, what is it?
Doug Days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to be really on the short side, but we'll get all of them. That's what I'm predicting. I don't doubt.
Technically, outside of like the Spark shorts, this is the first kind of short series that Pixar has done for this platform.
Yeah, so it's poised to be rather exciting.
Forky.
All right, Forky asked a question. Yes, got you.
Oh, okay, Forky, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Jacob, what do you think?
Like I said, I think I'm in between you and Dragon. Like I said, I don't really have anything wrong with this episode, but other than a few select scenes that didn't really stand out either. I mean, obviously, I liked like the whole thing with David finally learning what happened with him and their kind of like borderline reverence towards him in a way. And of course, Tyler seeing a vision of him in what is probably Monster Heaven was pretty funny, as evidenced by the reason why I chose it for the thumbnail.
All right, and Claude, what are your thoughts?
It was an okay episode. I'm in the middle about it. Not good, not bad. It was decent. I like the stuff with Tyler and him seeing like David's like ghost in the past. Kind of reminds me of the scene with Mufasa from The Lion King, where Simba sees him. I like the stuff with David in general. But overall, it was an okay episode. Not the best, not the worst.
All right. Okay, so I am landing.
They could use some Sully in the episode, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, generally speaking, the whole show could use some Sully. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like this episode a little bit more than you guys do, just because for the most part, like the humor is definitely hit or miss. I mean, I really didn't like most of the awkwardness with Miffed kind of doing the hero worship thing. I really didn't like the interplay of like he's alive. He was alive. Like that. I just got sick of that right away. They just kept drawing it out. Like I said though, Cutter. She's basically perfect comic relief. Like she has done nothing wrong at all. She continues to provide laughs every time she opens her mouth. But guys, let's not bury the lead any longer. Rose.
Yeah, Rose.
Rose
never disappoints. Let's be honest.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Certainly, I think.
Rose... He's like, why did you give me this? You remind me of someone. It's like David, me.
Remind me of a young employee full of passion and zeal and
Oh
untapped
my God.
talent.
David?
Who, David? Me. That's
So
Rose was
Rose,
gold.
Dragon, honestly, Rose, come on, that scene alone, that
Yeah.
exchange alone, you can't have this as the lowest episode of the season. That exchange was priceless.
I mean, that's the thing that
Mhm.
makes me second guess it when you bring up the third one, because Rose was the MVP of the episode, and that was great. What I like too, beyond the comedy, is that the reason she comes back, I think, speaks to what I'm not sure the moral quite hit well, but I like how we teed it up, where Tyler being very honest with her and like basically asking for the hair earlier, which basically made him look like a deranged mental patient.
I'm calling security.
No, I just that whole thing, and of course the payoff being she actually helped him out for that because of hilarious reasons, but still, just just the fact that it came back
Okay,
and
but
kind of
I don't need to spell
Yeah.
out the gross out factor with the hair gag, but let me just say I am surprised that Disney allowed Pixar to go there with it.
right. Anyway,
Well, I know Pixar's not directly involved with this, but they do. It's not like they don't ever have risque humor in any of their shows, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, that may be one of the most risque jokes I've ever seen in anything Pixar, honestly.
well, no, they've had risque.
It was
jokes
very
before.
suggestive.
I mean, they've. I mean, look at Ratatouille. They've gotten with risque jokes.
All right.
Yeah,
All right, so but yeah,
pretty much anything from Brad Bird, really.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. What was it? But yeah, it was a nice kind of genuine. Like she helped him out, and again speaks to the best quality of Tyler, which is usually his kind of the very much kind of wears it on his sleeve, just kind of like when he breaks down, he kind of tells people what he's going through. Be very honest, forthright, kind of straight arrow kind of element of Tyler Tuskman, the kid that you're rooting for. But what challenges that for me, and the problem again, it's kind of Rose teased this up, but then I'm not sure if we stick the landing. Tyler, he has to get caught before he does. Again, he plays into his strength there, which he basically lays out everything he went through, which impresses the Mifters. Which again, like we have like a whole footlocker of the hair. He should have just told us. It just bothers me that he had to be caught in the con to get there instead of just telling him. But then again, it's really low stakes, so he's not really like a big lie or anything. It's like, well, it's hair. I mean, how would they? Why on earth would they be able to scrutinize it? No one's going to get hurt by it, so it's not really like a bad lie. It's just I'm iffy on the moral.
I feel ya.
Because I mean, it works, but it's just kind of clumsy getting there. I think I don't know.
Sure. So what do you all think of just the actual appearance of David when we saw him kind of like doing the whole Mufasa thing?
I love the choir so much.
And I love
this was another like really, really funny gag to me. Just Tyler's like legitimately like baffled reactions to everything. Like, look, road signs are not sayings.
And I love the fact that the gates to heaven is one of the doors.
One of the doors.
One could say knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah.
Which that is a genius idea.
Just I love the design of like the silhouette of David. Like he almost kind of has like a Cousin It vibe to him.
Yeah, well, kind of. It's not like a deal breaker or anything, but it's only kind of like in addition to other things that weren't working in the episode that kind of occurs to me. It's like, well, he's seen the guy's picture. Why is he not seeing him in this? Why are we obscuring David? I mean, that's the atmosphere, though, so it's it kind of wins itself over.
Pink Pearl, happy to have you
Well,
definitely thinking about you with the Hurricanes for sure. I really hope you guys are doing okay. You're in our thoughts, so happy to have you though. No need to apologize for being late. It's all good.
And Dragon, like maybe he still has his injuries from when he was in the shredder, so that's why he's in silhouette.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I also think it's just because like he doesn't like, even though there's a picture of him, Tyler doesn't have a fully formed image of what the real person is.
Yeah,
like.
Which makes sense. So I mean, it's easily excusable for those reasons.
It's why I hate Tinder. It's why I hate Tinder with every fucking fiber of my being. But that's a rant I don't want to go down.
That's a connection to make, Tiki, but okay.
No, I didn't. Oh, I will. Look, you want me to talk about the?
No, I don't. I really don't want you. I'm asking you, don't talk about this. I don't want to hear about
it.
This.
But yeah,
Tinder
judging people by their pictures and just being like, oh, I can assess That person just, anyways.
He's talking about just like, no. Okay.
I'm done.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Yeah, so basically he just talks in very generic analogies and old sayings, and also some really random one. What is it? Bondi Bear had no hair.
That fuzzy bear or hairy bear or whatever, I forget.
Yeah. That bald, harried bear. Or something. All these silly sayings, like ask a silly question, get a silly answer.
All the are like their normal platitudes.
Yeah.
And then random street signs.
So what I got out of this, and this is maybe another reason why I like the episode as much as I did, is I got the message of like these people are hero worshiping a guy who, at the end of the day, was really kind of just a basic dude, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And so to me, I read that as like, don't really, like you can't really change people's perceptions on, you can't really live up to the shadow of a past person. You got to be the best. It's going to sound super fucking cliche, but you got to be the best you can be.
Well, it sounds on brand for David, so you're not far off.
Right. But seriously, though, I do like the moral here. I do think it's a little bit more, it's a little bit more thoughtful than the typical episode of this show.
Yeah, kind of. I see that.
I mean, maybe.
But you know what's not thoughtful?
What's not thoughtful?
The bathroom humor.
Yeah, so about that. So yeah, I'm in agreement with you. The bar. Here's the thing. Here's why I don't like it. I think it overstayed its welcome way too much. Like you do it once as. Yes, I think it overstays its welcome because you do it once for an excuse, that's fine, but you keep it going as the recurring excuse. That's when it just like
it's a number 5.
Like for example, when he first said like as like a number 4 or number 5 or like whatever the like 3 or 4 or whatever. I'll give that's kind of funny in concept. Like, oh my god, I never thought of it that way. But then it keeps coming back, and that's when it kills it for me. It's like, okay, look, Tyler needs an excuse to go away, sure, but then it just keeps coming back and gets less and less funnier.
Yeah.
And just generally speaking, there was like an air of bathroom humor throughout the whole episode with that stuff.
I mean, that kind of humor can be funny if done well.
But again, when you overstay, it's not done well.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it was done well here. I'm just saying.
Of course. I do like the non-haircut thing. I do think that's funny, given David's fate. Just the fact they don't get haircuts, but they go there. And also Celia having like the multiple
brand for them for what we know about them.
Celia with the multi-headed.
God damn, we got a tease of the Celia hair thing. just a tease.
I think they need hair care too.
Yeah. But do they though? They're kind of just snakes.
Well, I mean, they're her hair.
No, I know that, but do the snakes have hair?
Okay, so Pink Pearl says the thing I want to block out is the insinuation of where the hair came from. Yeah. Oh, Pink Pearl. That was like I said, I'm surprised Disney went there with that.
I like the thing it's just arm.
I think we all know where it came from. Well, I think it's the other type of hair.
Let's not spell it out. Let's not spell it. I think the episode does a good enough job kind of painting the picture.
All right.
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
I just love how she's like slowly doing the cackle like on her way out the room. Like you can still hear her like halfway down the hallway. Like
The presence is felt. So I'm going to make a story call right now about something for our finale. I don't think it's like overly complicated, like a leap to make. But I don't know.
I mean, this is not a Marvel Disney Plus show. Like the finale does not have like a ton of like, oh my god, like if they don't do this finale right, it's all gonna go downhill, Loki.
Nice. Just nice. Anyway, well, no, what I'm saying is, So this episode, as Tiki said earlier, it's Tyler leaning into the basically he's really depressed at the top over like, well, my dreams are crushed. I'm gonna be the best mifter I can be, and he's gonna try to live up to David's example essentially. I'm convinced because of what we did last episode. He's going to have settled into kind of the mifter life, and he's going to be given a shot to get on the laugh floor. He's going to be given a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Nice
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to have like the big crossroads of destiny kind of bit next episode. They're going to like let him pick his paths there of like, well, what do you want? Do you go with do you stick with the mifters or do you try the
I hope
laugh
he
floor?
gets Fritz's job and Fritz retires.
Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be a longer episode as well. Like 44 minutes or something.
That is a good question. I could buy him at least going 40. I don't know. Well, 30. I mean, like a firm 30. Then beyond that, with the whole extra like five minutes of black screen credits, just
It's like a 50-minute episode, but we get like 5 extra minutes. It's like 35 minutes and 15 minutes of credits.
Yeah.
What's the name of the episode?
Oh yeah, it's laughter we're after. It's laughter thereafter.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, we're definitely gonna get some laugh floor stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we have to talk about the comedy class.
Yes, we do.
It
Yes, we
might
do.
be my favorite comedy class, honestly.
Big improvement over last week.
I just like Billy Crystal is just absolutely killing it. Just kick me, hit me, hit me.
Improv.
Roll me.
I just love the idea that Mike has misinterpreted the definition of improv, but also stinks at it. I just love that idea, and it's the fact that I can become anything, and of course they're all very circular, and I completely forgot they kept wanting to be cube-shaped things, like an ice cube, a box. Like you people just don't get this at all.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what he was doing was improv. So.
The line that Mike ends out on, just like, I'm just depressed. I'm very depressed right now.
I wonder if all that was improv for what Mike was saying, and then they just got the other people's reactions.
Yeah, that was wonderful. That might have like saved the whole episode in some ways. Honestly, that was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
God bless Billy Crystal, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Improv.
We need more John Goodman though in the show.
That we do.
Improv speaks close to my heart.
I hear you, Jacob. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. I think that's about it. Any other thing we need to hit on?
Let's see. Are we missing anything in the comments?
I don't really think so.
Yeah, I think we're all caught up there. Yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward. I mean, yeah, I think we covered. Like Tyler kind of drifting into monster heaven for a bit. That whole thing. I think we covered it.
But yeah, I don't know, guys. I still kind of stand by the fact that like out of the 4 of us, I probably like this the most. I thought it was pretty solid. Like I'm not going to say it's the best episode of the season by any means, but like at the end of the day, it'll probably be like in the top 5 of my episodes, not the bottom 5. I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of I don't know. I just thought there was a lot of fun, memorable bits. There were enough memorable bits to really kind of keep me going with it.
The bits.
The bits. Give me the bits.
Well, if we learn anything from comedy, it's all about those bits.
Yeah. And also big thanks to Honeybee and Pink Pearl for coming on. And yeah, Pink Pearl, you are definitely in my thoughts with hurricane season. I know how bad it gets for you, so I really hope things are going okay for you in that regard. So, all right, well, folks, that'll do it for us this week as we holster our remotes. Till the next installment, calls for the draw. Mono e mono. Just Plus. And us. I'm just depressed. I'm just very depressed right now.
Ha ha.